All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High House shall is blessing your day. By His mercies, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High House shall's body and two are naturally alive, man. And honestly, man, like that's why, like, man, cause like it's good that that we have balance too, man. Because let me say this too, man. Because listen, I always like we always talk about, man. We do gotta leave, honestly, like, oh no, man, nothing but to love it, man. Don't be just realize, man, the game is a game, as the wire says, man. Like that happens, offenses must come, betrayal, because it happened to your house shot, man. So, but because it is too, and honestly, because let's just get this a song. Because it is too. The world is what, like how I said, the world is cold, and we live in a world with God in the seat, man. That's why it's a lot of people don't have that love, man. Because one, they don't love the Most High outside, and two, we live in a world with God in the seat, and people have ulterior motives and agendas, and it happened all throughout history, man. Even in the beginning, man. But you know what? I want to get into this too, man, about that, man, because you know what it is too, because I was just reading, and let me say this too about, and this just to debunk the whole Jacob was a thief too, because I was looking at this like a month or so ago, a while back, man, like not too long ago, man, when I was reading Genesis 27, man, because people say that, but yeah, man, it's just that's not the case, but we talked about this in the past, listen, Jacob, people say that, okay, let me say this. We always talk about this because it's like, listen, you like the brother sent me firstborn perfectly said, man, like you're talking about people that have a genealogy in heaven, man, and on earth, and like a testimony in heaven and on earth. Even reading about this today, people that are more righteous than you, and fixing your mouth to say something about them, because people called, like, of course, David and Jonathan homosexuals, or talk about Moses, because people don't want to people don't want to just keep the instructions of Most High in your house, child, like the law, statute, commandments. So they'll talk about Moses. It's called Jacob a thief. Called did Noah drunk. And, talk this about John. Talk this about that. Now it's different because listen, when we talk about here, and and other people talk about here, like it's that Romans 15:4, like it says, like Paul said, man, it's the scripture for our learning. So when we do these, when we talk about or Adam and Eve, like when we talk about these things, we're talking about them. It's for our learning, man. We just learn from our past forefathers, ancestors, their mistakes, man. Honestly, and they were just like us, man, human, just so like the same like passion. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about this, man, because real quick, man, about just the work, like the guy in the seat, man, honestly. But this is all going to tie in together, man. About we just gonna get into this, man, because honestly, it's good songs on the one, real quick. We gonna look at some things. Psalm chapter 101, it's in 7. It says, "He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house, and he that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight." So yeah, that's just honestly, not only that's talking about the kingdom, or the kingdom. That's also talking about the physical kingdom. That's also talking about inwardly, man, like the inward kingdom. What's up, girl? Oh, my bad, y'all. Spirit, she is not now, girl. Yeah, that's talking about inwardly as well, man. Nuh-uh, no. That's talking about inwardly as well. It says, "Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall be overthrown." So yeah, man. So it can't be no guile, no deceit, no wickedness, man. Honestly, man, that's gonna yeah, man. Like it says, when even the Most High house, when Paul says that, your body is a temple, it's more than just smoking and drinking, stuff like that, because you cannot do that and your body still be defiled, man, because what your house shall sell, it's not what's within, what that comes out is what's within the man, honestly. And he gave us the game in that, man. So that's what that's talking about as well, man. But let's grab a see, Spirit, you distracted me. I forgot where I was gonna go, man. So yeah, man. So let's look at that, man, real quick, man, because like Second Ezra says, man, deceit will be quenched, man. Because John chapter 1 verse 47, man, because that's just is what it is, man. But we all gonna go into this, man. We gonna go look at this, man, because it's like Jeremiah says, pretty much, "Cursed be the man that do the work of the Most High deceitfully," man. Because John chapter 1 verse 47. It says, and Yahushua saw Nathanael coming unto him. I'm sorry. Saw Nathanael coming unto him, and let me John chapter 1 verse 47. And Yahushua saw Nathanael coming unto him, and saith, behold, there's an Israelite indeed, whom is no guile. So yeah, Yahushua saw through his spirit. Like, he's an Israelite indeed, a real Israelite. Like, that's that Romans 9:6. Like, with no guile, maliciousness, wickedness, like, deceitfulness, guile, nothing that. And that was within him, man. So, like, it's just is what it is with that, man. Honestly, so the inward man, honestly. So, yeah. So let's read that again. It says, yeah, John chapter 1 verse 47. Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him, and saith unto him, behold, an Israelite indeed, whom is no guile. Come on, stop it, girl. Not right now. So let's go to Genesis 27 real quick, man. Because honestly, people just call Jacob a thief and stuff like that, but you could tell this is going to prove that he wasn't. Man, he had that's why we're gonna get it later in Sirach says, "Blesses those who conscience doesn't condemn him." He had a conscience, man. He just wasn't no thief. He was no thief. And was saying, and plus he got a birthright that belonged to him, man. Honestly, because he was the son of the promise. We seen this in the beginning, because the Most High House tells them from the beginning, man. And like those that will be saved come sons and daughters of him, or children of the promise, and children that are not, man. We see this all the time. We see this with Cain, Abel, of course, Jacob, Esau, we see, Isaac, Ishmael, we see this all throughout the word, man, because we know, why? Because it's like we're dealing with the same God. The Most High House, they changed now. We're dealing with the same entities, man. We, honestly. So let's grab this too. Genesis chapter 27. Genesis 27. Genesis 27. Where is it at? Genesis 27. Yeah. Genesis 27:12. It says, "My father pre-adventure will feel for Genesis 27:12, it says, "My father pre-adventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing." So see, and this next verse is going to how the witness, the testimony, the gospel, how Yahushua took on our reproaches, he bared that reproach, and he was blameless, just like Jacob, because when you read in Genesis, he dwelled in tents. He's a plain man dwelling within tents, and it says in Sirach, he's plain to the holy, man. So Jacob was holy, Jacob was blameless, and even prayer Manasseh, he was a perfect man. This is a perfect, faithful man. It says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was without sin. These were perfect men. So yeah, there's that. And also too, notice what he said, "I'll seem to him as a deceiver." So he's not a thief, because one, he was getting something that belonged to him, because he already gave the prophecy, stuff like that, to show Rebecca that Jacob was going to be the son of promise. And two, even in this, he said, "I'll see him as a deceiver." So and we get this now in Genesis chapter 48, man. Cursed be the man that do the work, but deceitfully, man. That's why, we're gonna grab this too. Genesis chapter 48 and verse 10. It says, "Cursed be that he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood." So see, exactly, because this too. I noticed this a lot in the especially in the word and the knowledge, man. We kind of focus on who's the agent, what camp, congregation, or person. They ain't have to be a camp, congregation, but that as well. But who's this agent? Who's this and that? Listen, you shouldn't even worry about that, because it's going to eventually be revealed. It don't matter, because it's they're cursed already. So you don't even have to honestly do all that, man. That's just me personally. I mean, it's good to have that information, I guess, because of course you gotta be aware, be not ignorant of anything. Of course you gotta know what you're warn the people and stuff like that, but also too, the house Most High house gave us a game, try the spirit by the spirit, and you'll see by their fruits and things of that nature. But also too, I get that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, a lot of times too, I know sometimes too, people can go out their way doing that. It's no, man. It's they if they're doing that, whatever they it's all written. Satan appears to angel of light, like, transform himself to angel of light, man. Now that's not going to this whole Lucifer things that nature would like. It's perfectly like the brother Assembly of Firstborn said, man. You can't tell the difference between a fake nigga and the real nigga. That's what the Most High really in your house shot is really saying, honestly. Let's grab that 2 Corinthians real quick. Let's detour a little bit because that's all that means, man. Honestly. And we're going to get that in Jude later as well. But yeah, that's honestly all that they're saying, man. And well, of course, like, if we're better to hide than within the house would be the enemy within. Yeah, because it says even no marvel. That's why it says, yeah. That's 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And also too, that goes to show you that he's not Lucifer and all this other stuff and the light bearer. Because one, it's like he's not no fallen angel, all that stuff like that. Because if he had to transform, that means that's not who he is. So it's like, and of course, like, those that like ye are your father, like, those his children, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be like, that's why it says that in Jude, like, those that crept on the words. Well, we're going to get that in a little bit though. But yeah, let's get to 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So yeah, let's get this Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 10. And cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. So yeah, man, that's why you don't have to worry about that, man. Because and also too, that goes into like Jacob even had to understand of that even before the time of Jeremiah, because he was perfect, he had the word in him, man. Because he said, listen, man, I'll be damned if I'll be cursing damned if I do this. Because I felt like even if I was doing this deceitfully, that means he had a conscience, man. So it means he wasn't no thief. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have cared. That wouldn't even cross his mind. So Jacob wasn't even a thief when they try to say that, man. So like honestly, because when you talk about that's why, because you talk about the Most High in your house that's anointed, it's like you're talking about them, honestly, and you're just speaking evil on somebody, man. I'm watching even while I'm rewatching right now, like I told you, The Sopranos, man. I'm on season 2, man. But the character Big Pussy or whatever, Big when he turned out to be an informant, a rat, but that's why Tony tells his crew, like, listen, be careful, man, better give solid information before you go with this, man, because this is our friend, right? This is our brother. And this is even in later seasons when the what's his guy's name? Vinny, the guy, he was actually homosexual, but when the accusations came up, the character Paul is like, listen, man, that's somebody's name right here. You gotta be mindful of what you say, man. So honestly, and people don't do that. Be mindful of people's name, like the accusations that you put up on people. That's why I lost his 2 or 3 witnesses, man, because that's somebody's name. That's somebody's loved one, man. You can't just be saying anything, man. Honestly, so that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man, let's go. Let's get into this. Let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick, man. Going to that point that Jacob had an actual conscience, man. Ecclesiastes, also known as right chapter 14. It says, "Blessed is those is also too this talking about faith, man. Having faith as well. But I'm just going on the conscience aspect. Blessed is whose conscience has not condemned him, on who's not fallen his hope in the Lord." Yeah, it's talking about having faith and not having doubt. But we're focused on the conscience part, man, because Jacob had a conscience. I'll be as a deceiver, I'll be cursed curses the man to do the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. And the ultimate work is faith, so not even believe. Honestly, that he that believeth not. So it is what it is, man. So let's go to Jude. We probably gonna end it right there, man. But yeah, man, this is what it is with that, man. Because and it's a lot, and I was talking about this actually with my homie and my brother yesterday, man. People a lot of guile and a lot of deceit, man. Honestly, it is, man. But you gotta realize, listen, offenses must come, betrayal, all that stuff, man. Because your house shot went through, so why not? How much more? I'm not better than your house shot, so I'm not gonna go through that. So you just realize, listen, the game's a game. It's like the Wire says, it's going to happen. Okay, it's not it didn't just happen to me, man. It happened to every other people, even way worse, man. So it is what it is. It happens. All right, shoot, I just got some news yesterday of something that even happened, and I was like, wow, really? But it's all right, cool. It is what it is. I'm not really shocked now because the person that, like we said in the last video, they'll give you precursors or little inklings, little things that they do, little actions sometimes that they do, and things that they say that what they're eventually going to do, because eventually it's going to come out. So, but anyway. Well, that's even where the mercy and forgiveness is. It's like, and that mercy and forgiveness doesn't mean you always go back to like that. It's like, oh, listen, I'll forgive you and stuff like that. Just go over here. That's just okay. But it is what it is. But Jude chapter 1 verse 4 says, for there are men who crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our God into lasciviousness, and denying the Lord Yahweh and our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, or Yahushua Christ, or or Jesus Christ. Yeah, but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, man, all this stuff, like, even Jacob had the curse be the man that would do the work for deceitfully, and the ultimate work is like John 6:29. This is the work that believe on the Most High Yahushua, man. Like, believe on the one whom the Most High sent. Believe on Yahushua, man. But that's just is what it is, man. Jacob wasn't a thief, man. But also too, man, the guy on deceit, man. Like, but that eventually, here it is, man. That faith wax strong, man. This is eventually going to be like, that's why new heavens and new earth, man. We pray and hope, desire for it, and hopefully, like, by we got to work daily our salvation, man. Like, to do that, and eventually that's gonna be punch, man. It's going, what it is too. It's going to be the beginning, man. Like, because listen, like Yahushua, like as Joshua said, like, and Yahushua said they had to be worshiping the Most High. Yahushua has to be worshiping sincerity and truth. So if they're making a new heavens and new earth, like, in their image, and like they did back to the beginning, it's going to be a world with sincerity and truth, man. Only going to be real, genuine, like, one believers and like, and faithful people like there, and also too, we're just real stand up people there. Honestly, man, like, even honestly, man, even outside the, like, even natural trip, even during this time, man, even the you don't, and like the brother sent me first one said, man, you don't even have to be in the world to be a real one, because I'm telling you, man, you don't, man, because I know so like few people here, they not in the word, but they're real, they're like, they're genuine, they're sincere and true, they're like authentic, man, like, they keep it 100. So it is what it is, man. That's why I go back to what Yahushua said in Matthew 21, and like the publicans, harlots, man, because then no people like that. Majority of them, they're genuine. They just like, they're more like honest about who they are than these average people out here, man. That's why Yahushua said that, and they know the concept of mercy. So, yeah. Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 26. We're gonna close out with this. Yeah, it says, Second Esdras 26 and 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched." Yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. So hopefully it's edifying, man. It's crazy because I'm glad we talked about this today, because I actually had a situation happen, like, with people of mine, like, my brother, my homie, and stuff like that. We talking about this, and some situations transpire, but not gonna be first, not gonna be last. Gotta be mindful of that, man. So, like, it happens. Offenses must come. That's the game. Like, the game's a game. Like, of course, like, on the natural side, like, fleshy, like, on natural tip, yeah, you're gonna be upset about it, gonna feel some type of way, and it's natural, but it's all right. But spiritually, you realize, okay, wait, this shouldn't even shock you, man. So, yeah. But a lot of times too, like, like you see it coming, man, honestly. Because a lot, like the brother sent me first one says, man, perfectly, man. A lot of the average person isn't like, the cripple or from Usual Suspect. There isn't like that. They aren't like, no, what's that? They aren't like, CIA alphabet trained into lying or deceive, being like, deceitful, stuff like that. Like, average person isn't a good liar, honestly. Like, and so eventually, like, but a lot of times too, we just turn the blind eye to things, or we operate like, even me, I operate in idealism, or we turn the blind eye to it. It's like, okay, cool, like, you realize it, and then you slowly remove it. It's like, okay, cool. And sometimes, man, you don't even have to say something. Like, it could be, especially being like, like certain things. I'm pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters witness this, or this happened to you, like or a few months or a week or a year or so ago. You knew somebody was gonna do it, and eventually they did it, man. Like, you like, all right, you see something, you eventually don't even have to say nothing. Shoot, Yahushua did that with Judas. He knew the whole time. It's like, all right, but he never spake on it. Even when it happens, like, all right, he still looked at Judas as a brother, man. So it's like, all right, it is what it is, because he realizes, like, offenses must come. That's what happens, man. So this is just human behavior, man. Because, like, we even sometimes brothers and sisters in the word get into certain situations. It's like, no, man, this is still, can't put anybody above what is written. This is still human, like, behavior, man. It's just like, this is what it is, man. That's why, like, even me come from like certain background, living from even like y'all brothers and sisters, even myself, not everybody, but coming from living in certain neighborhoods and backgrounds, like coming up in the streets, you see that all the times. All right, well, like we can't be coming in the word and think same things. All right, well, because that actually situation like that happened to me. I was like, dang, but you know what? Actually, but an elder brother, I ain't gonna say his name. He gave me good advice. He said, man, don't listen, man. He said he kind of told me what your house shot said in the roundabout way in John 16. Man, it's gonna be ones people within the house too. They're gonna be one. So don't be shocked when it happens. So when it happened, the situation happened a while back. With a brother in a certain a congregation or a camp. I was like that immediately, Most High House, I immediately brought that back to my remembrance, man. But anyway, man, much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So peace.